Hey everyone, Cadaver Kelly here, and in this video I'm going to let you know about 10 synthpop, new wave, and synthwave bands. These are going to be all of the synthy, goth adjacent genres, so genres that maybe aren't quite goth in sound but are very goth friendly and have some great synth work. These are all modern bands that are from the past few years. I've been listening to them a lot lately. This isn't a countdown. I'm going to talk about these bands in alphabetical order, so let's get into this list. The first band is Actors. Actors are a Canadian new wave style post-punk band from Vancouver, British Columbia that formed in 2012. I've seen Actors live 3 times and they put on an incredible performance. My favorite album of theirs so far is It Will Come to You, and it was released in 2018. However, I am absolutely addicted to their entire discography, so much so that Actors was my second most listened to artist in 2019 after she passed away. Actors are definitely one of my favorite bands of recent years. The second artist is Boyharsis. Boyharsis is an electronic duo from Northampton, Massachusetts that formed in 2013. Their sound is a blend of a lot of different styles. They combine elements of dark wave, synth wave, and even some harder electronic genres. My favorite Boyharsis album is called Careful and was released in 2019. I was so disappointed I had to miss Boyharsis playing live when they came through my city because I was moving that week, but I'm hoping they play here again one day in the future when we have shows back. The third artist is Carlo Onda. Carlo Onda is a wave artist from Switzerland whose sound combines a number of different electronic and post-punk flavors. My favorite album from Carlo Onda is called Geister and was released in July of 2019. The most recent release was in May of this year and was called Sonnen and Baden. That one was really good too, so I would recommend that as well. The fourth artist is Death Comes Crawling. Death Comes Crawling is a wave and synthpop artist from Brisbane, Australia. They have 2 albums available on Bandcamp. The first, released in 2017, is called Looking for Semblance and is a beautiful synthpop album. The second was an album that was released in February of this year called In My Memories Old. That one is an album of old recordings that are a decade old, so it's less reflective of their current sound. However, I was so glad they released it because that album has a very dark wave, heavy kind of sound to it and was a little closer to goth music. Although I love both albums for different reasons, they're really good, so check them out. The fifth artist is Corrin. Corrin is a new wave and synth wave duo from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I originally discovered them on the lineup for when I went down to Absolution Fest in 2019. My favorite album of theirs is New Arrangements from 2018. They are going to be releasing a new album in September called The Night We Raise. The sixth artist is Lover's Guilt. Lover's Guilt is the new wave project by musician Brian Vega from Oakland, California. So far, Lover's Guilt has only released a 4-track EP on Bandcamp, but it was a really killer EP. It's called A Trace of Light and was released on January 3rd of 2020. The seventh artist is Ritual Veil. Ritual Veil is a synth-pop band from Portland, Oregon. I don't believe they are currently active as a band anymore. However, I just had to mention them because they produced one of my favorite synth-pop EPs of all time. The EP has 6 tracks and was released in 2017. It was one of my favorite releases of that year. The EP is called Wolf in the Night. It was one of those releases that I could just listen to over and over on repeat. They have a very late 80s, early 90s synth pop kind of sound. If you like Depeche Mode, you should definitely check them out. They have their own sound. They don't sound like they're trying to emulate Depeche Mode, but it does vaguely remind me of sort of those undertones of the Violator era of Depeche Mode. The eighth artist is Schwarzersand. Schwarzersand is a synthwave artist from Germany and similarly to Lover's Guilt, has only released 1 EP on Bandcamp so far. The EP is 5 tracks long. It is called Trower Marsh, and it was released on February 10th of 2020. It was a lovely EP that had a very 1980s sort of retro wave sound to it. The ninth artist is Vandal Moon. Vandal Moon is a wave and post-punk duo from Santa Cruz, California that uses a number of 80s inspired styles of sounds in their music, including new wave, dark wave, retro wave, and more. I reviewed their latest album, Black Kiss, here on the channel, so I will link that video in the description. It was a really awesome album. The 10th artist is Wingtips. Wingtips are an electronic duo from Chicago. They are another act I got to see perform at Absolution Fest last year. They are a fusion of different sounds from synthpop to electronica to post-punk and more. They currently have one EP, one single, and one album available on their Bandcamp. Their album is called Exposure Therapy, and it is an absolute masterpiece. I would highly recommend it. So there are 10 synthy goth adjacent bands for you to check out. All great bands. I'll link their Bandcamps down in the description. Please show them some love. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.